So hey guys, new comic book Wednesday. So today, right now I will be reviewing SuperBoy for you. But before I get to the review of SuperBoy, I'll show you the comics I got. So I didn't get a chance to get SuperBoy, but I got it today. I got this week's New 52 line is Teen Titans, which I got this week, and then I got Wonder Woman. I won't be doing a review of Wonder Woman, sadly, because this isn't for me. This is for my girlfriend or for her sister. So it's either her decision if she wants to keep the comic or give it to her sister. So I don't honestly like Wonder Woman, and I might read it. It might be a review, but might not be, okay? Because then I just got it, not for myself, but for my girlfriend. But yeah, that's also what I picked up. And of course, the most anticipated one, of course, also is Ultimate Spider-Man #2. I'm going to review this, and I'm hoping I like how the story is going thus far. Because I love issue 1, even though the whole other, like, biracial thing, and yeah. So, here we go with a review on SuperBoy. I'll do Teen Titans next, after I review SuperBoy. Now, SuperBoy ran out in my local comic book shop. They were actually had their order, and they were pushed back a week before, and of course a lot of people already subscribed to their copy of SuperBoy already, and I wasn't able to get a copy until I got my box, and then I subscribed, and then the owner saved me a copy of SuperBoy. So I got it today, finally read it, and my thoughts on it, it's okay. Not saying that I don't like it. I do like it. It's just that I don't know, if you guys really like reading a lot, there's a lot of dialogue in here, just tons and tons of dialogue. Not saying it's a bad thing, but I felt like it was a bit long for me, I guess. It was really long, but I don't know, that was just only my opinion, okay? So just don't, like, think that it's going to be a bad comic because of what I say, but, yeah. So, of course, the comic starts up with, for some reason, kind of awkward for me, but you saw a bald-headed SuperBoy in that containment tube, and he's just sitting in there. Like, you know how in the Matrix they have all those tubes stuck in your body, and you have all these holes all over your body? It was basically like that. He was just stuck in a tube with all these holes on his body and, like, tubes, like, just sticking into his head and stuff like that. So it reminded me of the Matrix for some reason, oddly enough. But, yeah, so you start off with that, and then you hear these two doctors talking, Dr. White, and I keep forgetting the redhead's name. I don't remember if they ever mentioned her name. I keep forgetting her name, because I was just trying to look through the book as fast as I can to see what her name was. But, yeah, so there's these two doctors, Dr. White and the redhead, are talking, and she wants to keep this SuperBoy project going. You don't want to, because then Dr. White says they should kill off SuperBoy and study him instead of studying him alive. They should study him dead and do an autopsy on him and stuff like that. So, the redhead said, no, I don't want to do that, and then, Dr. White said, no, you have no say in this, I'm sorry. And then, she leaves the room crying because she doesn't want SuperBoy to die. And as SuperBoy's, he's not, like, totally brain dead in there. He can actually see and hear what's going on. He's learning from the humans. Like, they're not, like, putting thoughts into his head or anything like that. Like, they're not, like, somehow, like, how do you say it? Like, in Young Justice, how he had the geonomes, put, like, math and English and all this stuff into his head so he can learn. But basically he's learning from the humans as he's inside of tubes. He's not actually learning because they're trying to help him learn. He's learning from them as they're speaking and stuff like that. So, yeah, SuperBoy notices that woman's crying, and Dr. White comes over and, says, I'm sorry to this, SuperBoy, you deserve better than this, and he, of course, tries to kill him. And, SuperBoy sees the redhead crying, and then he gets furious and he explodes out of the tube and kills everybody around him. Dr. White's dead, except for the redhead. She's still alive. And, SuperBoy's furious, and after that, he falls down, and, the redhead catches him, and then it goes off to SuperBoy in school, and he's having a normal life, and, he's walking this girl named Rose home. And, you know, it was weird because, you know, he's talking to this girl and stuff like that. He's telling her how, like, maybe his life was just, he doesn't have a past because he can't remember, because he doesn't even have a past. He was a project, a bioengineered weapon. He does not have any past. But yeah, so as he's walking along home with Rose, you actually see a woman scream out for help in a burning window, from a burning window. And oddly enough, Superboy doesn't say anything. He doesn't notice her. He just walks right by her and goes straight home. And, you know, as he's home, he's, you know, lives on the farm with, I forgot what their last names were, but calls them Mr. H and Mrs. H, and, you know, he's just staying on a regular farm, and, you know, he feels like, you know, he's like, his life is boring. Like, it's not interesting. He feels like he's something more, and he is something more, because obviously enough, of course, his genes are from Superman itself. He's a clone of Superman, and he is combined with kryptonite. So the problem is, this normal life he's having is only a simulation. The redhead doctor is putting him through a simulation and just testing him, and she noticed that he still hasn't saved that woman from a burning building, because they said that he's been in that simulation so many times that he hasn't even rescued her. Every single time he just walks right by her. So they're saying that there's something wrong with him. Why isn't he saving that civilian? He's has a gene of Superman, so he should be able to save him. So not save him, but save her from the burning building, because, you know, that's Superman's, you know, thoughts and brain and stuff like that. So as he gets, you know, Superman's genes, he also gets all these memories and stuff like that, like living in Kansas, in a small little town, in a farm, everything like that. He's getting all these memories from Superman, or Clark Kent. And then, you know, you see the real Rose. The Rose in the simulation is a fake, but there's actually a real human Rose. She's more, you know, not that good of a person in real life, and she would be willing to, she's actually ordered to kill Superboy if he was ever to go crazy again, like he did in the first part of the page. In a couple of pages, he, you know, like I said, he blew up. But yeah, and then, you know, it goes off to this guy named Umber, who is a doctor, and he's actually a spy for, I won't tell you who he's a spy for, but, you know, just read it if you really want to read this issue. I won't tell you who it is, because I don't want to spoil who he's spying for. But there's a spy in there. His name is Dr. Umber, and yeah, basically after that, they get Superboy ready. And something I never thought or knew about Superboy is that they gave him telepathic powers in here. I don't know. I never read Superboy. I don't know about that, if he does have telepathic powers. But the suit he's wearing, something like this right now, the suit he's wearing actually gives him telepathic powers. He can lift a truck with his mind and stuff like that. I never heard of that, but that's interesting to hear that he has telepathic powers. But yeah, actually that would be a good thing for my girlfriend, because my girlfriend loves telepaths and psychics and all that. I don't know why, but she likes that. But if my girlfriend's watching this video, of course, maybe you might want to read Superboy, because now he has telepathic powers. He's not only super strong, he can fly, but he has telepathic powers because of his suit. But yeah, and after that, you know, there's this guy, this other doctor, Dr. Zahner, I think. He's talking about Superboy and releasing Superboy, but the redhead said, no, he's not ready to go out in the real world. We still need to test him. But Dr. Zahner said he has plans for Superboy, and they release him, and you see in the panel he's in his suit, and you see the whole shot of Teen Titans right here. The whole shot of Teen Titans. So actually Superboy in this comic is Superboy in the Teen Titans comics. So that's a good thing. I actually want to read up on that. And yeah, so basically that's my review. I would guess pick it up if you like it. I mean, it's interesting. It's a little lengthy, I gotta say, for Superboy. It's really lengthy. But if you don't mind that length and you just want to keep reading and know the story, then I highly recommend it. I'm still going to pick up the next Superboy issue, but yeah, check it out if you guys can, if you guys want to. But yeah, that's my review.